Yo, and today I'm here chilling at my house, doing my thing like usual. If you haven't already, check out the video I posted last night, Big Country China. That's right, I was just having fun. I was just doing a random video that's not like a theme or any type of subject matter. It's just me randomly eating myself and exploring my country accent and having fun in China, like usual. But anyway, as I'm speaking right now, I am close to 800 subs, almost there. So please share this channel, tell people about it, whatnot. But that's all I have to say. So I wanted to do a video of showcasing like my currency I've collected over the years. 3 years, 4 years actually, almost to the day. But I realized the quality is not going to be as good. But I have some currency from certain parts of the world like Vietnam and Venezuela, which I have not been. Some of them have not been, but some people have given to me. So Venezuela, and then Malaysia, which I've been. Korea, which I have not been, but I'm working on that, and Hong Kong. And of course, I will showcase maybe Chinese money, and I have the Japanese yen, but it's not with me right now. I thought I have it in here. So, and then, we got currency from Serbia, which it's really cool, huh? It's gonna be a little funky because I got the camera pointing this way. But I don't feel like showing all of it, so I will do a detailed video on that probably next week, so you better check that out. I still trying to figure out what can I do with the Gundam that I've bought. I don't know how I want to do that, so that video is postponed for a long time until I can actually figure out a way to film it and how to make a really rocking video. I don't want to do just a like run-of-the-mill type of video. I really want to take my time and make something really quality like. Of course, I don't know how this last video I posted might be, but I would do that nonetheless. So I hope everybody out there is having a great time. I do these streams sometimes because it's easy to connect with you guys, to ask questions, and to talk about things that are happening. Of course, as you may know, it's been very hot here in Wenzhou. The summer is definitely scorching its way here. I'm hoping that it gets a lot cooler after August, and the weather should be a lot more tolerable. I'm trying to put all of this in here, as you can see, but it doesn't fit. Let's see, hold up. Yeah, I got it in there. I think the one currency I really like is Hong Kong money, but I need to go back to Hong Kong. I haven't been back to Hong Kong. I've only been to Hong Kong one time, and I miss it. It's funny, you've been to a place one time and you think about it all the time. Hong Kong is very, very amazing place to go. It's expensive, but it's an amazing place. And actually, I recently watched that video on Vox about like the housing in Hong Kong and why it's so expensive. And of course, it's kind of reminiscent of China, how China is always like capitalizing on land and property and making it very expensive for people to live. Of course, though China is more cheaper to live than Hong Kong, but the amount of space that Hong Kong have is a lot limited. But they claim it's because of land scarcity, but it's not. It's just that these private companies are seizing land and selling it for high margin and keeping it away from the main public. But it's a good video. I watched pretty much, I think, all 4 parts of his channel, that channel on the borders, and I really like it so far. It's a lot of things. Living in Asia, when you watch videos like that and seeing stuff about Asia, it gives you a deeper understanding, and it's more relatable because you are living in that country, or you are near that country's experience. So yes, I'm just counting my foreign currency that I have. Got Malaysia ringgit, and then Korean won. I got some Japanese yen coins here. I have a 500 actually. I got a game coin here. I don't know why I have that. And I have some Chinese money in here too. I think I have some. No, I don't actually. So perhaps I'll do a video on that next week, because like it's very interesting how some of the money, it's very like designs and intricate parts, like Venezuela money. Of course, this is not worth anything right now. And also, I like these cards that I got as well from Japan. Actually, I've never given these away. Like, I bought postcards, like, hey, I want to get postcards and just give to my coworkers. But then I realized that these are really nice. Like, just put it in a frame. Like, hang this up in your house. Like, these are, like, good quality. Like, this is literally, you know, art-like quality. This is, like, top of the line here. So, now look how beautiful that is, huh? That's a beautiful scenery there. I really love Japan. I probably will go back again next year. I have to go back next year, definitely. I've been there like 4 times already. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for a spring festival. I don't know if I'm going to do Europe or I'm going to travel a lot in China. From what I'm seeing, I mean, the amount of money I will spend, as you can see, amount of money I will spend in China or in Europe, actually, I think it would be wiser to travel in China, because the amount of places I can see and do. But the problem is that it's unbearable to travel in Spring Festival in China. Like, this is a massive amount of people. But then I realized is if you travel in time, I think there's certain places where you won't get many people, because everybody will be with their families. So it's a big question for me to what to do. Of course, I can always go other places that's not Europe, but it's just a debate. It's just a topic at which I'm trying to figure out what to do. Still have a long ways to go before Spring Festival, but I must figure it out as soon as possible, because tickets get very expensive towards the end of the year. Though traveling Europe in February, I heard it's too bad. It's not as expensive as if you're traveling in the summer or in the spring. So I'm pretty lucky if I get in. But the amount of money I would spend, like, I can't travel too many places in Europe. I have to pick at least two countries the most, and just go back and forth from there. And then of course we have October holiday coming soon, so I'm still trying to figure out where to go as well and what to see. That's one thing about China. China's so massive, and it's like, well, I can go here, well, I can go here, I can go here. It's very, very diverse when it comes to terrain, people you meet, things you will see. So sometimes it's like you can't see everything. You know, you really have to stay and really dive in. That's one thing as a foreigner living in China, like, if you've never traveled anywhere else, like for example Shanghai people, like, I just stay in Shanghai. But if you don't travel outside of Shanghai, or like foreign friendly places, and like at least dive into the culture, you're missing out a lot. You know, people leave China, I didn't see anything. I didn't like China. Did you see these places? No. You know. So it's always cool to explore your area. It's always cool to explore what you're seeing and what you're doing. Most people, you know, I think sometimes you just have to leave your comfort zone and just see what's out there. If you don't like it, then you can always come back to that. But anyway, so yes, never be afraid to try something new. Never be afraid to go to places that you are unfamiliar with. I think once you figure out what you like and don't like from that experience, then everything else should be okay. Looking at these postcards, I realized that I should make my own postcards. That'd be nice to do that. And actually, I do have a website where I do make and sell merchandise. Maybe I should put that in my videos from now on. But I'm a bit cautious because I don't think I have enough. I don't have enough, like, I mean, I have almost 800 subs, but I still feel like I'm not confident enough to get back into selling merch because I don't have a big enough audience on YouTube yet to do that. I could do it on Instagram, but I kind of want to play off both sides of the end and see what I can do. Pretty much, it's a website I use. I forgot the name of it. I have to figure. Now I forgot about it. But it makes like T-shirts, hats, anything you could think of. So perhaps I will put the link in this video, and you guys can check out the merchandise that I make. I haven't updated in like donkeys, however, I don't know, a long time. So I probably need to go back again and update some of the stuff that I've done over the years in terms of my art, and maybe start posting new merchandise on that site. It sells everything from cups to like prints to canvas pieces that I've created on the site. So maybe I will post some of that on there. All the YouTubers out there got merchandise, but unlike most of the YouTubers, I've done that way before they done it. But I just never been consistent about it. Like, I've done merchandise. Actually, I sold a couple merchandise a couple months ago. Actually, I didn't even know. I haven't checked in like years, and I say, oh, somebody bought something recently. But I have done merchandise. I've done everything from posters to buttons. I've done stickers. You know, I have a fan base. I just haven't been very consistent about it because I've never been. I had some doubts about certain things. I had collaborations with certain people that stalled my progression, and then I just haven't really. I haven't really restructured my brand 100%. Only because there's certain things that I'm lacking and certain things that I'm kind of trying to figure out. And that's one thing of like being an artist or a creative that's doing your own thing. Like, it takes a while to learn these steps because you're doing it on your own. But at the same time, there's a huge integrity as an artist or as a creative if you're doing things on your own. Of course, there's nothing wrong with collaborations, nothing wrong with working with people who also are seeing the same thing as you. I feel like people who are creative like you, who are creative the same way, you guys work together, build on what you have, and you have a stronger team, you have a stronger support system, rather than you do it on your own. You're still doing it on your own, you're still kind of figuring out things you want to do, and you do it your way, but you still have people who support you 100% that will do anything to make certain ways for you. But I always believe that integrity comes from self, and it comes from you standing on your own ground and doing things you want to do. I know that's the big topic. I was watching I was watching this podcast just a couple of hours or an hour ago, and it was about the music industry and how now the music industry is finding new ways of like just conning music artists. Now the music industry is back again because streaming is a huge deal. You know, you have Spotify, you have Apple, you have all these streaming companies, tech companies are now cashing in on the music business because, let's face it, you know, streaming your album is like easier than ever. Like, a lot of artists can go platinum in like 2 seconds, and so now these companies are figuring out, well, we can make even more money, and then still finding a way to cut off the artist and having the artist make less money. And so it's now the game has changed, and the game is changing. And now, before, like myself, who just post an album on YouTube, YouTube can say, oh, well, you know, we own the rights to this, blah blah blah, you only get a certain percentage of that. But I still believe though that social media and doing your own and posting your own music and doing your own way will always prevail at the end of the day. There will still be new ways for artists to go around these loopholes. And until then, you know, I still think the music industry is still lacking behind. Just like many other industries, whether it's art industry or like, I don't know, movie industry. There's still a lot of like lacking behind on and catching up with this new technology. And especially when you have like Netflix or you have Amazon, you have all these tech companies who are leading the way in terms of gaining more viewership and making media more accessible to more people. And of course, if certain parts of the world that we live in can allow this free enterprise of mediaship, I don't know, maybe that's not even a word. Like where I live, there was more of a freer way of accessing this content. I think anyone out there can create anything and don't have to worry about the legality of like, well, we own half of this. I think everybody who's a creative should own it 100%. But at the same time, they have to be smart about the business and be educated enough to know that you should always be aware of what you're trying to do. Not everybody is out to help you. Some people are there to take advantage of you. And of course, that's happened to me before. As an artist as well, but I learned quickly that, as I learned before, I don't know why I'm playing with this, that just do it yourself at the end of the day. You know, if something can be done for yourself and by yourself and you can be successful at it, do it. It might be challenging, it might be hard, it might be difficult, but nonetheless, the rewards is a lot bigger. So anyway, I'm done chatting for today. This is a little bit different type of video that I'm doing right now compared to the last one I did last night. Last night was more of a funny video, just having fun, joking around and whatnot. So you better check out that video I have. And I hope everyone out there that's watching this video, you have a great day, great night, and always stay cool. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. So peace.